It's the Louisiana Downs Report. Sponsored by Harrah's Louisiana Downs and the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Greg Thompson. Welcome to the Louisiana Downs Report, brought to you by Harrah's Louisiana Downs as well as the LQHBA. We've been off a couple of weeks. Now we're back, coinciding with the stakes schedule here at the 2013 Quarter Horse Meet. We're going to recap the Magnolia Stakes as well as the Louisiana Maiden Stakes in this episode. We're also going to touch on the Mardi Gras Futurity trials as well as the Mardi Gras Derby trials that were run here this past week. And we're going to look at some of the top qualifiers in those races. We're also going to bring to you the segment on the Louisiana Quarter Horse racing legend, Rocket's Magic. And we're also going to focus on this upcoming week's stakes race, the Mr. Jess Perry Stakes, here in Bossier City, Louisiana. So without further ado, let's get right into it with the stakes recap here on the Louisiana Downs Report.
The Louisiana Downs Report Stakes Recap.
A full field of stakes runners going 870 around the hook in the Magnolia. Here is track announcer Travis Stone with the call.
They're off in the Magnolia. Worlds on high from the far outside, and here's Taco's Got Game firing up on through. Taco's Got Game and Worlds on high head-to-head around the far turn. Mr. Fallen Angel in very tight third toward the inside. Dr. Drip is back and forth by 3 to Panther Warrior. Direct Zack Attack is a fast corridor, and Slinky's Fortune at the back. Racing off the turn. Worlds on high, 3 wide off the turn, grabs a 2-length lead. Taco's Got Game gives way. Mr. Fallen Angel clear sailing now, coming on late. Direct Zack Attack from the back of the pack. That is Panther Warrior as they race inside the final 16th. Worlds on high digs down. Mr. Fallen Angel surging. Slinky's Fortune third. Here's the wire. Worlds on high takes them all the way. Mr. Fallen Angel and Slinky's Fortune.
Worlds on High pulls the upset in the Magnolia to pay $21.80 for the win, with jockey Alfonso Lujan aboard. Trained to victory by Van Haywood for owner Chris Locklear. Worlds on High is by Game Patriot and was bred in Louisiana by Donnell Ming. And now on to the $45,000 Louisiana Maiden Stakes going 350 yards.
And they're off. Great start for Undeniable, who breaks out on top. Georgia's Wings is also right there. Jet Black Delta trying to get on track on the outside with Casino Winner. Racing for the wire. Jet Black Delta's getting on track at the right time. Here's the finish. Undeniable.
Undeniable is a stakes winner by pulling away from the field under jockey John Hamilton for trainer Kenny Roberts. The son of Jet Black Patriot is owned in partnership by Abel Flores and Carlos Lozano and was bred in Louisiana by Daniel Trejon. That concludes the Louisiana Downs Report Stakes Recap. Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back after these words from the Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association. Did you know that the LQHBA is the #1 state-bred program for quarter horses in the U.S., with 4 major racetracks in the state, running a minimum of 148 race dates per year? Did you know that in 2012 there were over $21 million in purse money paid out to quarter horse race owners, and over $4 million paid out to quarter horse mare owners in breeders' awards, and over $344,000 paid out annually in Stallion awards? What you'll find in Louisiana quarter horse racing is faster horses that are running for more money and at more race dates to run at. Race, buy, and breed your running quarter horses in Louisiana. The restricted Grade 2 Mardi Gras Futurity trials took place on February the 25th, with the finals coming on March 16th. The fastest qualifier comes out of the barn of trainer Frank Cavazos for owner Teddy Abrams Jr. The fastest qualifier came out of race 14, a race that produced 5 qualifiers from the race, including the 3rd fastest qualifier, Wow What a Prize, the 4th fastest qualifier, Brady's March Madness, the 7th fastest qualifier, Last Look, and the 9th fastest, Sandra Sue Blue.
Far outside, Last Look is racing out. Carrie's Special Crown, though, got the jump, and Carrie's Special Crown's gonna get there.
Carrie's Special Crown was impressive, but so was the 2nd fastest qualifier, Strutting the Day Away, who was also ridden by Eddie Cox, who was also aboard Carrie's Special Crown. Here they are, speeding away from the field down the Bossier City racecourse to qualify 2nd.
Affected about 3 or 4 horses. Right out for the lead is Strutting the Day Away, who is pulling away. Strutting the Day Away.
On Tuesday of this week, Louisiana Downs also hosted the Mardi Gras Derby trials, and Miguel Rodriguez-trained T-Boy C posted the fastest time of the top 10 qualifiers, but as you will see from race 5 on that day, one race produced the first, second, and third fastest qualifiers, and they were only noses and heads apart at the line.
Inside out well. Let's Just Do It is coming on too, and T-Boy C there on the far outside. Here comes T-Boy C racing after the challengers on the inside. Let's Just Do It, and also there Jethro Almighty. These 3 in a row battle photo.
The Sir Runaway Dash gelding T-Boy C finished only a few ticks in front of Let's Just Do It and Jethro Almighty. And that moves us over to the Louisiana Downs Report Stakes preview, with this Saturday highlighting the weekend with the Mr. Jess Perry Stakes going 350 yards for Louisiana breds. The favorites role falls on the shoulders of the one horse, Hay Stretcher, out of the Van Haywood barn with Alfonso Lujan aboard. Hay Stretcher had an impressive showing last time out in this allowance event on February 9th at Louisiana Downs.
Racing through the stretch, Hay Stretcher grabs a narrow lead, no playing games coming up on the outside. These 2 to the wire, here's Eyes Up Flash, and I think Hay Stretcher got
Another key contender in the Mr. Jess Perry Stakes is JLS Mr. Big Time, who 3 starts back won the Grade 2 Louisiana Classic at Delta Downs with this closing kick.
JLS Mr. Big Time is getting up, and JLS Mr. Big Time wins the Louisiana Classic.
But he only managed a 4th place finish in the Grade 1 Refrigerator at Lone Star Park 2 starts back, and he disappointed with a 5th place finish in the Grade 2 Louisiana Champions Day Classic at the Fairgrounds in December. And that'll conclude the Louisiana Downs Report Stakes preview for this week. The Louisiana Downs Stallion Spotlight. The Stallion Spotlight this time is split, as there is a dead heat involved between Game Patriot and Jet Black Patriot. Game Patriot is by Chicks Beduino out of a first down dash mare named Fire and Ice, while Jet Black Patriot is the son of Game Patriot and is out of a first down jewel mare named First Down Hemp. The reason for the tie is the fact that both horses sired stakes winners on February 9th in the Magnolia Stakes and the Louisiana Maiden Stakes. Both have 1 qualifier in the Mardi Gras Futurity and 1 in the Derby. Both sires have Grade 1 victories during their careers on the track. Game Patriot has over $18.9 million in earnings as a sire from 11 crops to raise, while Jet Black Patriot is a second leading sire in the country for second-year sires. You can view both of their stallion pages at stallionesearch.com. Okay, we've been waiting to unveil this. The Louisiana Downs Report proudly presents the Louisiana Quarter Horse Racing Legend Spotlight on Rocket's Magic. Legendary racehorse Rocket's Magic was credited for bringing the national spotlight onto quarter horse racing in the state of Louisiana, with his efforts outside the state in Futurity wins in Florida, and his run at the 1975 All-American Futurity in Ruidoso as being the fastest qualifier for quarter horse racing's most prestigious event. He was bred in Louisiana by J.R. Adams, and he was by Rocket Wrangler out of a thoroughbred mare named Magic Spots. Fate at a horse sale in Oklahoma in 1972 begins the story of this horse's run at the legendary status in Louisiana that he currently holds.
Paul Ryder and I, a friend of mine, we were in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Vernon Poole had a dispersal sale at that time at an cattle auction barn. And we went to the sale and we bought a few mares. And there was a mare went through the ring. And I told Paul, I said, and we didn't buy her. I said, Paul, we should have bought that mare. So he said, well, let's go try to find who bought her and buy her. So we went in the back of the barn and found out who bought her. The man's name was Evans Abshire. He was we got the name and everything, how to get in touch with him. I think from New Iberia, I think that's the town that he was from in Louisiana. So I got on the phone and called him. And I asked him if he'd be interested in selling that mare. And he said, no, I already gave her to my daughter and son-in-law. That's Mr. and Miss Bill Thomas. And that's our part of the early story on him, but that's one that we could have caught but got away.
Well, actually, her father was going to Shawnee, Oklahoma to a dispersal sale. And there was a stallion that he was looking at, he wanted to purchase. At the time, we were in the poultry business. And we had no time really for anything, so I told him to buy me a quarter horse because he was going to Oklahoma and that was quarter horse territory. So when he came back, he said, I bought your quarter horse, but the problem is she's in my thoroughbred. He had bought the Rocket's mother in foal to Rocket Wrangler. And when I saw the bloodlines on that, I about went wild. I said, I'll take that quarter horse. Well, a few weeks or months later, her father told me that it would take too long. He was getting too old. He wanted to sell the horse, and I could just pay him for all the expenses, and that was it. So I bought the horse, paid the expenses.
Bill Thomas and his wife would raise up Rocket's Magic until his yearling year and then pass the Sorrel Colts race training responsibilities over to trainer Lloyd Romero. The Romero family was steeped in Louisiana quarter horse racing through the match races, with Lloyd's young son Randy sharing riding duties at the match races with his brothers. The Rocket Wrangler colt showed early on the potential for greatness in his early steps in his racing career.
It's amazing. We were match racing here, and I'd bring him to the bush strikes, and I'd breed him, and right away he was a racehorse.
The work before his race, he was supposed to work him at Delta, and the track was so bad. So me and my brother, I think my dad was there too. We went to Toomey Downs. It's about 5 miles. They got a track there. And I breezed him. And after I breezed him, I told Gerald, I'll never forget that. I said, Gerald, when he runs, he'll break the track record. He's the fastest quarter horse I ever rode. In fact, he's the fastest horse I ever rode.
Tune in again as we spotlight the Louisiana quarter horse racing legend Rocket's Magic as we move closer to his run at the 1975 All-American Futurity. Hey, that's all the time we have for this week's episode of the Louisiana Downs Report. If you have a chance, go to aqha.com/racing and watch all the Q racing videos from the partnering racetracks across the country. We'll be back here on the Louisiana Downs Report. I'm Greg Thompson of Stallion Research.